Today, on Digging the Coast 365, 15th century John is with me and he's taking me to some sites. Now, sorry, I'm out of breath. Before we go on to this particular site, I just want to confirm something which I had suspicions about and I did tell you about. John, everyone says he knows everything about everything, but I said, no, he has it all written down on pieces of paper. John, would you please reveal what's in that pocket, what's in that hand?
There's my pocket knife.
The pocket at the back.
My pestle.
Your back pocket, John. A piece of paper I'm looking for. Have you got not that one, I don't think. No, it's a different pocket.
Vince.
No, stop wasting my time. Get that piece of paper. You had a piece of paper.
What bit of paper?
That piece of paper. Look. Hold that. Look what he's got. Look at this. This is knowledgeable John who knows everything about everything, yeah, because he's so old. He doesn't. He needs pieces of paper with notes saying years on them, and he's going to say something about someone called King Howell in a minute, I bet you anything. Oh, he's got dates on there. He mentions Cornish people, barrows. Yeah, he's got it all written down here.
Now, what do you expect for
you're
a
a fraud.
500-year-old man, eh? My memory's getting a bit weak.
You're a fraud. That's all
Right.
I can say. Right. Moving on. Now I look a lot better and he doesn't. John, what have you brought us today?
Right, this is the battle site at Brea, which is very near. Oh, I better get in the camera, eh?
What kind of battle?
Well,
A proper battle?
a proper battle.
I'm trying to
yes.
get the shadow of the camera off.
Yeah, the sun's over
It's
there.
very difficult.
Here we go.
We'll have to
Here
be
we
in
go.
shade a bit. Go on.
Ready? Okay.
So a battle what?
This is the battle site of Brea, Battle of Brea, which was fought between the Cornish, who were teamed up with the Vikings under King Howell of the Cornish Celts, as written on my piece of paper,
Okay, so it's a battle between the Celts and the Cornish
against.
against the king.
You
Aga-
forgot him, you.
Well,
Yeah.
I just want you to tell the viewers.
Okay.
This is all about you. They've got me for 365 days, you
I
know.
was just giving you a chance.
No,
to
I
have a
don't
go.
need a chance. Go on.
Okay. Against King Athelstan of the English.
Yeah. Boring.
It's probably more like a football match.
Yeah, probably.
Oh.
Who won? Who won?
It's obvious, really. The Vikings and the Cornish against the English.
The English.
It's obvious. I don't think so.
The English. We kicked the
Cornish
butts.
have never been defeated by the English.
The Cornish have never
True.
done anything but make pies.
Pies?
Cornish pasties. So this is, what's this here for then?
Right, now if we look at this rather large menhir,
Menhir. This is about 12 foot tall, maybe more, 14 foot.
the Cornishman who built that obviously got a bit of a hernia. Now that is basically, we have two of these. There's another one in the next field.
Another one in the next field.
Yeah, these hedges wouldn't have been here when the battle was fought. See down there?
Yeah, there's one through the trees there.
We'll go and have a look at that one in a minute. Basically,
No point, can see it from here. It looks
got it.
exactly the same.
these were supposedly one of these stones was supposedly the Cornish and the Vikings, and the other one was where the English were stood.
Ah, so this represents Cornish people. A big tall stone in the middle of a field.
That's got to be the English up there, because that's
That's
sort
the
of roughly
English.
where England is, somewhere up there.
That's the English one. Okay. Yeah, I can see why they did that.
Looks good, eh?
Interesting stuff.
Certainly is.
By the way, something John didn't add on there, which I do know, is they're actually known as the two pipers. There you go.
Well done.
Right, John, I've brought you this time to Tregiffian Barrow. Have you ever heard of this place?
Yes, I have.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, let me
Sort
tell you
of.
the story about it if you like.
Yeah,
I don't
carry
mind.
on.
I don't mind telling you
Carry
all
on.
about it. Basically, it's another burial site from again Bronze Age, Neolithic times. It's old. It's old, 4,000 years. That's what I'm going to say. Now, the unfortunate thing about this is it was a bit bigger, and they built this road it was the 19th century, John.
It was, yes.
Yeah. They built this road and destroyed half of it, which is such a shame. You know, they could have left it. But one thing which is fascinating about here, John, is there's actually a stone here which shows the 13 phases of the moon.
That is correct. Yes,
Yeah?
Dan. Yes.
You're quite knowledgeable, really. I didn't know you knew all this.
Well, I do. Yeah, you filmed me again, falling over on the ice.
You keep it up, lad. You keep it up. Now here it is.
Now this stone actually is not the original. This is one of only 3 of these type of barrows, very similar to the barrows over the Scilly Isles, or the Isles of Scilly, should I say. This stone here is an engraved stone, which apparently follows the 13 phases of the moon cycle.
Okay, let me just stop you there, John. That's better. Now let me tell you it in a much more interesting way. There's a stone, right, and it shows the 13 phases of the moon. Now that is not an original stone, because they took the original out and put a copy in because they were worried someone's going to nick the original. So you come to these ancient sites thinking you're finding something really cool and hard and big and sexy, and it's just a copy. That's ridiculous. I'm not happy about that.
It is awful, isn't it, really?
I don't know. You decide, guys. Was my version more interesting than his? Personally, I think it was. Anything else you want to add?
I'm going to tell you something though. You'll notice in the burial there that
the actual burial, yeah,
its original occupant had to move because the road gets too noisy in the summer, so he's moved.
He's moved because it's too noisy.
Yeah, he got a bit fed up with it, to be honest.
Yeah, that's what we think of you, John. What a load of rubbish. This is how much John wants to take all the glory. Do you know that stone circle we saw in a past bit? We saw the most perfect stone circle. On this sign here, read what it says. Read what it says. You were going to hide this bit, weren't you, John? Yeah.
What bit?
You keep your finger
What
there.
bit?
Merrick Maiden's Stone, where we went. It's also known as Dan's Main, or Dancing Stones in Cornish. It's Dan's circle, my circle, and you weren't even going to tell us. God, you do look like Benny Hill.
Ow.
So here we are on Digging the Coast 365 with 15th century John. Where have you brought us now, John?
Right, we're at Chapel Carn Brea, which is looking over at Land's End.
Where's Land's End?
Land's End is down that way.
That way. Land's End is down there, and we're going to be going to Land's End. I think I need to go there tomorrow.
Got to go to Land's End.
Can't do Digging the Coast 365 without going to Land's End, so I'll be there tomorrow, I think. Go on, you continue with your little story.
Right, we're at Chapel Carn Brea. Every year on the 23rd of June.
23rd of June? That's
yes, Dan.
That's St John's Day.
That's my day, yes, correct. Yeah. Now, if we just turn around a minute, have a look at that basket there.
That basket. Look at that basket, people. Can you see that basket?
Every year on that night, St John's Eve, I believe the old Cornwall Society still keep it up, but every year on the 23rd, St John's Eve, that there is lit.
On the 23rd of June every year. Well, that's
night.
That 23rd of June every year is a bad time to light a fire because it's light till very, very late at night. But they'd like that, if you don't mind me taking over you here at this point, St John. They would like that, and because you're on top of a hill here, you can see for miles and miles and miles. So that one would be lit, and then that would be a signal to one in the way in the distance, which would be lit as well. And then there'd be another one way in the distance, and they'd light theirs. It's basically the same as the Romans used to do. The Romans used to have these signals. For example, if someone was attacking the shore, they would light one of these, and that would then be passed on to the next part of the coast, and they'd all light up to warn each other, the ship's coming, let's kick their heads in.
That's right, Dan. It's also one of the earliest earliest lighthouse.
Yeah.
They reckon for ships approaching Land's End.
Yeah, sort of
13th
lighthouse.
century,
Lighthouse, yeah. Just before your time.
Just before.
Is that St Michael's Mount over there?
That there, Dan, is St Michael's Mount.
I thought it might be. Thank you very much. So on top of here is a chapel somewhere. We don't know where the chapel is. But you've also got burial mounds all over. I believe there's 13 barrows up here. Is that right, John?
Dan.
11.
Yes.
11.
I thought I'd better correct you.
I think you'll find there's 13. It's just you've got it wrong, and so has the National Trust and everybody else. You'll find there's 2 more. You just haven't found them yet. But there's a burial chamber, look. Some dude is buried in there. God bless you. Yeah, it's just all weird rocks, really, and people buried and dead.
That's right.
Now, John's just been telling me, 'cause he's done a lot of work, he's done a lot of building and stuff like that. He actually built this back in the 19th century, probably. He built this and he's put this on top, this plaque. Now, this is where we are, and each line shows you where things are. Now, if we follow, for example, where's St Michael's Mount? This one. Follow the line, directly up there should be St Michael's Mount. It's not. It's actually there. It's slightly wrong. So, Land's End, for example, is this line. Should be straight up there, but it's not. It's there. It's all slightly wrong. So, John erected this, I don't know, probably in the 70s, to be honest with you. What are it,
1870s?
1870s.
Yeah, about then.
And he's done it slightly wrong. Whoever put that there in seriousness made a right cock up. Just having a conversation about this stone, because we're looking for unnatural stones, you know, for these burials and things. And I'm convinced this one is not natural. John's not sure, but I'm a professional, I know these things. Just look at it. Just look at it. It's too flat, and when you stand here, look at the shape. It's a perfect hexagonal type thing. That is not natural, John. And look at this. I've heard there's ghosts around here who wave to you on a hot summer's day.
Doing my blooming head in they are, you know. This time.
Thank you for joining on Digging the Coast 365. If you want to see us digging, if anyone who's saying, look, you're not digging, you're getting like 3 videos in a day, 2 or 3 made every day. So not every video is going to be digging. You're going to get a digging one and a sightseeing one, or 2 sightseeing ones. That's how it's working at the moment. Yeah, thanks for watching. Please consider donating and see us next time. Say goodbye, Mr. 15th Century John.
Cheers all. Cheers!
Goodbye.
If you'd like to donate to Rays of Sunshine, simply click the link in the description below, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel.